Hello, good evening, guys. Um, Welcome on today's live stream. My name is Lukman Owamoyo, and for the past month, I've been working on this project, trying to show how I would like the client's project and populate and all that. But then after a while, towards the end of last month, I had to leave it for a while, and this was because of student project. I'm a student, and it was nearing the end of the semester. I had to be done with my semester project and some other things. But finally, I'm back now, and I'll be working on this. I think in the next two videos we should be done with this project. And actually, I have finished the set of renders for this project for the client. But then I'll show you what I came up with, the end products of this, and then um, I'll start, or we'll continue from where we left off. Just put that up. So here are the renders for this project, and this is the view we have right here. So that we have right here. Here it is, and yeah. So I was able to add in some more trees, the vehicle, textured vehicle, textured building, and then when I was working on the project, the client actually told me that the building has this metal work all around the building. But then I think in the one I'm using for the live stream, that detail is lost. Maybe probably when I was trying to clean up the model when I brought it in. So I will try to probably before the next video, I'll bring in the metal grills. You can see they are stopping around there. They are not all around the building like we have in the render, and we actually need that. Then I made some adjustment to the glass material. So let me show you. Let's just give it a moment to done auto saving. So we can continue with that with auto saving. So I textured the lower part of the building as well. Added some more shrubs. The ones we had earlier were I think they were just about 2 shrubs we had for this year. So I added more shrubs for that. And I think I worked a little bit on the glass material for this as well, because it's a day scene. I don't want it to be showing much of what is happening in the interior. So that is the first view. Then the second view right here. Yeah, I have this motion blur going on here. So I'll be showing how to do that on this render, on this live stream today. Then one by one will be because we are using a wide material. Let me show you. Yeah, this is what we had the last time we worked on this project together. And so we need to get the metal grills all around building, then texture the lower parts and the auxiliary building. Then for the trees, I think I changed some of the trees up. These ones were looking to push and were blocking the whole. I had to change them up for taller trees with less number of leaves. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to tackle for today is the grass. Let's have that tackled. Let's work on that so that we can proceed. Okay. So yeah, so we have the first part for the grass, and like I said, we try as much as possible to optimize the scene because we won't be scattering the grass everywhere. If we were to do that, so we'll just have an insane amount of polygons on our hands, and it's going to take long to render and stuff. Even though I used the render farm, I can tell you that this project did not take long to render at all, and it wasn't really expensive to render. I think I spent around $3 or so to get it rendered out. So I'm just going to work on mixing this. As you can see, we have some grasses outside our save frame, so we can clean that up to leave more space for that things. Just going to let's use our brush size to root 1000. Cool. Just going to clean up the area here. Yeah, maybe put some more here and then yeah, so for the I'm just going to now what I'm going to do is exclude, because we are using an override material. As you can see, only the buildings are showing up, only the textured buildings are showing up. We don't have the textured grass showing up or the textured trees. So to make sure we have control over what we are seeing, we are going to be excluding each of these elements one after the other and work on that. We work on them, so by the time we work on them and then it's fine, we can move on to the next element. So the first one I'll be working on now is the grass, and I would like to go to the object exclude here. I think I have it saved as grass. So, yeah, grass. I'm just going to go here, look for the element named grass. Yes, this is the first element, and then these are the elements, the other grass. These are the other elements in the forest pack. So select all that and exclude. If we are to render, we should be seeing the textured grass, and then if it's not looking the way we want it to look, we can always work on it. Then yes, okay, our grass plane is already excluded. Just need to exclude only the grass. So let's render. Let's make a test render. So while we wait for that, during the course of the last between the last live stream and this, some in the Archviz world, some new developments have come up, such as Corona Render 7. I think it has been around for a while, but then they just released a video, a new feature video, and it's really looking great. I'm really excited for Corona 7 because in a way they are bringing a overhaul to the they are overhauling the the corona material. It won't be corona material, and it's going to be I think corona physical material. I think that's the name they are calling it. Now that physical material is going to have um presets in the case in the sense that you'll be able to choose grass presets, liquid, and some other, I think, metals too. You'll be able to choose them right from the material editor. And then they are adding this stuff, the sheen. There's something called sheen material. It's very perfect for showing fabrics, especially if probably you are trying to simulate a silk material, silk. Now, Archviz visualizers, they've always had a workaround for that, but then it's not really accurate. They've always be using the fall off material, and the fall off material is not really great for fishing or to show the certain material that well. So they have that in. Then I think some other. Let's check it out while this guy right here. Why this guy still why the test center is working. And yes, my Behance page, guys, please. I have the link on the link to my Behance page. I have it on my video, so you can please check it out and let me know what you think. If you think there's something I should work on or something, just please let me know. So let's go on YouTube. Get to yeah. 7. Okay. Here we go. Yep. So I'll be talking about the new physical material I talked about. Clear coat. Yeah, there's a clear coat. There's a coat option now. You won't need to be for example, if you want to create car shaders, you won't need to probably using corona layer material to get the coat material, the coats. Yeah. Then this is the sheen material I'm talking about. Then improved fast glass. You can see the difference between the corona 7 and the corona 6. This looks more like frozen glass than was previously, and a perfect example. I believe this looks way better than presets directly in the physical material. You can choose chrome, glass frosted, architectural glass, water, mostly materials that won't need textures to work. Then they worked on the displacements. I don't know if you've ever had this issue of this artifact that you will find whenever you are trying to use the displacement map. You find these errors. I guess the errors in calculations also. Now the fact that they are tackling this in Corona 7 is pretty much impressive. So yeah, that's just better workflow than turbidity and volumetric effects. It looks more real, like when you, especially in the city scene and you are looking towards the horizon, you have this fog always showing over cities, and you can see it's showing up perfectly well here. Yeah, they are saying when I say it's going to be faster, well, then faster rendering with opacity and absorption. Opacity, especially when you're trying to make fabrics and you have opacity maps to cut holes in geometry. They are saying it's going to render 50% faster. It's all good. I'm just artifacting rich scenes. I've never had to work with a very rich scene before, so I don't see I can't again light leaks. So I think I'm interested in the light leaks. Let's see. Bonus 7. Yes. Okay. Um by this light leaks, I mean, let's say for example you don't have your floor and your walls touching deeply, or maybe for your floor, instead of having it instead of having your floor geometry as a box, if you have it as a single plane, you might have these issues, these light leaks. So they are saying in Corona 7, you don't even need to worry, you can just have your floor as a plane and everything will still work perfectly. Then updated materials, they are bringing new materials to the Corona material library. New stone walls, gravel, woods. Really excited for this. You're really doing a great job, to be honest. So let's get back to, yep. So this is what we have. What we have for the grass, and I think I want to have more sun in this scene. Let me try increasing. Okay, the sun is showing up like yellow. Give it a bit more cool tone. Okay, very cool. Have our grass settled in. I don't think we really have much to do, unless if we are thinking, okay, let's increase the scale of the grass a little bit so that we can see the individual tuft of the grass. So I'm just going to go to the global scale here and increase the scale. I'm using the global scale because I already have every other grass element scaled the way I want. I just need all that to be bigger, like collectively. I want them to be bigger together. So that's why I'm using global scale. So in case I want to add more randomization to the scene, I'll need to come to the transform tab, and I'm going to add more randomization so that at least we can have some interesting setup. So I'm going to switch on the translation, the rotation, and here. So let's try to render that again. See what we have. Hey Malik, thanks for coming on today's live stream. I really appreciate that. Let's give that time to render as well. Okay, what would I like to talk about while we wait for that render to get started up? Okay, I think I'm just going to let's just take a look at inspiration pages. Like I said, I on my Discord channel I have all these links in case you are looking at where you can always get inspirations for a project. Probably you are thinking, okay, in case you want to learn making of tutorials and all that, you find all these links on the Discord channel. I have about 20 or so links there, ranging from where to find free textures, tutorials, free models, and if you need 2D resources, if you need to download probably maybe Sky, Photoshop components, cut out people and all that, you will find all that in my Discord channel. So once you log in there, you'll be able to see the whole the links right there. So let's see what's up with these guys, because um VW Art Club has always been a source of inspiration for me, because the works on this site are top notch. I don't think you see any bad render on VW Art Club. Probably maybe not your style, or probably maybe not what looks good to you, but definitely they are not bad renders on VW Art Club. So I'd like to check this guy. I particularly like this guy's project, Alenka, Handa Alenka. Even though most of his tutorials are in Brazil, I think he usually uploads on Instagram and then on his YouTube channel as well. Even though most of the tutorials are Brazil, in a way you can still get what he's saying or what he's trying to teach, because he's straight to the point, honestly, and the guy is quite good. I would love to be able to play with displacements like this, or these displaced floors stuff. Okay. Yeah, quite cool. Let's see, maybe. Wow. Okay, okay, okay. Not seeing much of it, maybe because that area alone can get cleaned up for us to see what is happening. Not seeing much of guys there. I'm not seeing those tough I'm seeing on this. Maybe I need to increase the scale more. Okay, I think it's getting cleaner. Let's see. There's some light bouncing off the grasses here. I think we are good to go on the grass. We are good to go on the grass. We are good to go on the grass, so we can stop it. Yeah, then you guys might probably notice that I up here I have this right here showing us interactive light mix instead of beauty, and it's because Corona render has this feature, as the name implies, interactive light mix. It helps you um work with your lighting. It helps you generate lighting elements so that you can tweak them how you want them to be. You can switch off light and switch light on, change the color, intensity, and all that. And the best feature of the best part of this feature is that when you are done and you are satisfied with how your interactive light mix looks, you can always press the same button. Now, by pressing the same button, it means all these values, the temperature you shows in these buses, this is the light color. You can, but maybe you are doing the club scene, you can have your neon lights, colors, and stuff. But I prefer to use the temperature since we are working within the default parameters for lighting. Can either be, it can mostly unless, like I said, unless maybe I'm making neon lights for clubs or whatnot. If you are going to be making realistic lights, many people make the mistake of using colors. But maybe they want something that looks warm, then they go right ahead to click color like this, No, that's not the way to do it. It's better to always use the temperature. Only use this if there is no other option to use temperature. This is just a physically accurate measure for lighting. This 5 is default value. That's the neutral or white light, pure white light. Any value below 6.5 tends to the warm zone, and any number above 6.5 tends to the cool zone. So you can see if I reduce this more. As you can see, we are having that good in our look. Yeah, that good in our look and stuff. But that's not what we are going for. So let's just have it back at 5. And then if anything, any value above that, grab it. I think because this is the daylighting, so low light is just okay, but I think in the way you still be able to notice it. Telling this shadow, because for my sun, I used I think the temperature I used was around 5.8 or so. So if I put this in the default value, you can see this yellow tint of the sun right there. So let me click this on so that you see it. Understand what I'm saying. And then yeah, one other thing is that the sun in Corona works with altitude. It works with altitude. So if I were to move this sun down, if I were to move this sun model down, I'm going to have a warmer scene, because as I said, the sun works the way it would work in real life. If it's higher, you get more cool tones. If it's lower, you get warmer tones. It's just like if you can take the target as okay, probably the horizon, then by the time the sun is closer or moving towards the horizon, you can always see it in real life situations whereby the sun is going to look warm. You have the golden hour and stuff. So now the reason why you are seeing this little tint of yellow, I don't know if you are seeing the little tint of yellow on the sun, is because of the hotness of the sun. If I were to move this the sun, or if I were to move it higher, we are going to have less of the yellow tint on the sun. So but then for now, I'm perfectly fine with how it looks right now. So back to what interactive lighting is for. If I put this on my beauty pass, now this is what we have. It means right off the bat, immediately we just clicked render. This is what we had. So after correcting it and doing some work on the lighting, this is what we have. Now because the interactive lighting is not supposed, you are not supposed to use the interactive lighting for final render. It's not you only use the interactive lighting if, let's say for example, you are working on a project and you are thinking, oh, after I'm done with the render for this project, I'll probably like to have a night render as well, so as to prevent so that you won't have to re-render or try to start tweaking light for the night scene. If you have the interactive light mix and you've placed the light you would need for the night render in place already, you can use one render to get multiple light scenarios. But that's not the case in this project. So once I press this scene button, what it means is that these values with the colors or the temperature I'm using will will affect the models, or will affect the bitmaps directly in the scene. So now I would like you to just look at this area for a bit. Now right now we have the intensity of the sun as 1.0. But right here, I reduced the multiplier to 0.072. Immediately I press the same button, this intensity will no longer be 1. This is because this value has influenced the intensity for the sun. Now, for the environment skylight as well, now the exposure value of the environment skylight it's at 1 right now. So, but then by the time this value affects it, it's going to be multiplied by this value, and whatever you get will, in a way, tweak your beauty pass to be exactly the same way your interactive light misses. I'm just going to press that. It's going to bring up this pop-up. Just click OK. Now when you click OK, it's going to revert back to the way it is because everything is back to 1. Now let's just to show you what I mean. Now as you can see, this was how our beauty pass looked like before. Now by the time I click render and it starts up and I check my beauty render, now you see the beauty render, the beauty pass will be looking okay, the lighting will be looking perfect like the way it was before. Now this feature is really helpful because by using this feature you will save time. You save time on having to render and just trying to get the right intensity for your light. You are going to probably save a lot of time using that using this feature. So just give that to load. Go to the beauty pass. Let's just give some minutes to load up. Hey, Mr. Fate, good evening. And voila, here we have it. Our beauty pass is perfect right now. We don't have that overexposed look we had before. Just perfect. So now what I usually do at this stage, I just click stop, then I go to my render settings and I delete the interactive lighting elements. The reason why I'm doing this is because, one, I don't need these elements right now. I'm not trying to get 2 renders from or get 2 lighting scenarios from 1 render, and leaving this on is going to add more time to your render time. It's going to add to your render time, and of course, when your render is taking too long, you don't want that. Then it's going to take up more memory as well. So it's just better to have it off. I'm just going to delete that. Bye. Good evening. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I really appreciate. So let's continue. We have our grass lockdown as well. So I'm going to work on the shrub. Like I said when I started. When I started, I said for the shrubs I had to add some more elements. As we have some assorted, let me call it assorted shrubs right here, and then I added in some plants as well, just to give some character, because we don't want it to be just one thing, grass and stuff. We want to have some little shrubs all around, like this guy here, this guy, one as well. So I'm just going to show you guys how to add that. So we can finish off the other forest park objects. It won't just take too long to update and stuff. So that's the first object for the shop, and we have these guys. So I want to add more to this. So what I'm going to do is click the plus button, then go to library. I'm just going to check out what shops to use. Of quite a number of them. Look at these guys. What the? So why these guys loading? Fine. Go back to that. If palm trees, don't want palm trees. Can't for the life of me remember which shops I had it to. Maybe it. Oops. Ah, it's- okay, that's soon. Oh, I don't know why some of these things are taking forever to show up. Put back off. Step from the top again. Not there as well. Not these guys. Nope, 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 not these ones as well. I bring them in from under library. I did. I did. I have no idea why you guys just keep. Let me check my other library. Okay, 36. Let's see what's in master 36. Okay. Oh no, I don't have 36 on this. I don't have 36 here. Okay. Just bear with me, guys, please. Okay. I do not remember which models I added. These guys. Okay. It's from these guys here. I think it's from these guys. I think it's some book plants. Okay, I think I got it. So I added, yeah, are the guys I brought in. So in a way, I'm unable to add these guys to my forest park library. I'm just going to bring them in manually, then we will add them to our scatter. So for the yeah, with these guys, this one first. Yeah, in the past live streams, I talked about having a plane outside, a plane that will show on your renders or anywhere. This is where you put in probably models from other libraries that you want to scatter in. Now, the reason why I'm bringing all these models here is because I don't have them in my Forest Park library. I have them in another library like that. So to be able to scatter them in my scene, I have to bring them in manually like this. Like the way you see them here. I have to bring them in manually and then scatter them around. So I was going to have add these guys to the collection here. Okay. I have I was going for this other one. I think they are good with their botanical names. So hard to pronounce. Okay, there we go. These models are pretty heavy models. So forgive me for the excessive loading time. So to be sure we have the textures or their textures. Be sure we have their textures loaded in, because on a norm connector should have attached textures for us. But then to be sure we have the textures in, let's not take chances. So I won't have, just going to copy the path for the trees, and I'm going to be using this plugin Link Bitmap. I use this plugin whenever connector probably there's a bug and the texture for the model is not attached, and I want to relink it. I use this plugin to search for missing bitmaps and everything. So like you can save some parts. Like I have the parts for all my models here, and I have some for specific ones that I've known to always give me issues when working. Then you can always press the browse button. The yeah, I don't know. The reason why I don't want to just come here and click link is because if I click this, it's going to search all the folders in this directory, trying to look for the bitmaps of this. So instead of doing all that, it's just faster to do. You copy the path of the texture folder, click the browse button, and then copy and paste this and select folder, then click link. Just wait for that to link the textures for these shrubs. So once we have that, we just have that to the shrubs, and we can have the test render done for that as well. And after that, we are going to move to the motion blur part of the project. It's a very fun thing. It's a very fun part of the project for me, because it's doing that means in a way we are nearing the end of the live stream, and we don't have so many things. So apart from the shrubs and the grass and the trees we are going to be switching out, we don't really have much to do on this project. It's not a close-up scene that we probably have to populate the interior of this structure. And even if we were to, we'll probably find a smarter way or a smart way to show interiors in this structure without having models. Yeah, because having to put models in on all these floors is going to just shoot the size of this file. It's going to shoot it over the roof, and we don't want that. We don't want excessive render time. We don't. We want something fast and something that will still look good. But I think right now we have the size of the stuff as 480 MB, 480 MB, and if anything, if possible, we won't try to work to reduce that size. Let me look at the final. Oh, yeah. Now see, without even populating the interior of those floors, we have the final file size, the one I rendered, the one I sent to the render farm as 894 MB. That's close to 1 gig. And that's even with optimization. I'm very sure there are still ways I could have optimized this. But maybe I'm not just being careful enough, or I'm not looking at this from probably some angles. Maybe there are some things I should have done better. Yeah, we can't waste time on that. So that one is linking. While it does that, we can check out some more lovely images. I think I saw very nice animation. Okay, I've not seen this. Okay, coming by this. Yes. Yeah, for us. Okay. I must say I commend guys, or I commend people who make animations with probably or Kona, and that stuff is not easy to do. So many things you have to keep in mind, and I think the reason why most people will go for that is because it looks way better. It looks better than the render you will see from Lumion. Don't get me wrong. If someone who is very good with Lumion or with Lumion, I've seen very good Lumion renders, but I don't know how to say it. In a way, it's still not all that for me when it comes to animations made with 3ds Max, with V-Ray or Corona render. So that's in a way the the way frame with animation works is that if you have 250 frames, that's 250 images to render, and if one render is taking 1 hour to make, that's like 250 hours. That's basically 250 hours to render. It's just crazy. Let me pause this. I think this guy should be done. And let's continue our work. We might, whenever we want to try and that test that, we'll just go to check the animation out. Okay. I don't like the way this guy is looking more. Going to have it off. This guy off as well. I'll use 2 on this and 3 on that other one. Okay. Just going to go back and pick our shrub element. Then geometry. This is the new item we added. I can either add these objects one by one, or if I know the names of these models, add them through a list. So I'm going to show how to do both. New item. When you click the new item, you click custom object, then you click the none button. Now once you click that, it means any object or any object you click in this thing that can be scattered will be picked up. So I'm just going to pick this guy up. I'm going to bring this out and stuff. Yeah, I wanted to enable that. Okay, so we have that building Dials Mat 2 or something. So you have to do that. If you want to add another one, you have to press the new custom object none, like that. But in case you have so many things to add, why you have to go through all that and add them one after the other, when if probably you know the names, you can just click this list button and look for the models. Okay, now my bad, I do not know the names of my models. I do not know the names of my models. Okay, I think, yeah, this one. I don't know the names of my models. That's bad of me. So what are these guys called? Guys are Raphael F6 or something. Let's go back to that. Read this again. I know it's Raphael. Yep. And add the 3 of them like that. Add. And wait for them to be added. Okay, now we have those on our shrubs now. Okay. Now one thing we want to work on is, if you notice, because these shrubs, they all come with different sizes. They have different scales. Like you can see some of the models already look big, while some just look small. So I won't be using the global scale right now, because if I use the global scale, it's going to scale everything up. Instead, I want to be able to scale each element, or a group of elements. So let's see what this is. So let me check the scale for this. Okay, that's it right there. So I want it to be around the site. I'm going to bring it up and right there. This one too. I want it around that area. Yeah. The ratio, guys. Yeah, cool. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So we have these guys there. And the next thing I'll be doing now, so that we can see how our shops look, I'll be excluding these models, this one's right here. I'll be excluding them from the override material. Okay, I think we can do away with the override material now. Before we make the render for this, let me just do something so I won't have to keep using the white material. The reason why I keep using the white material is that the reason why I keep using it is that apart from the fact that I use it for lighting test, is I don't want to click render and then have this purple this guy is here bleeding on everywhere in my scene. So before I do the test render for the show ups to check out how good they look, let me just texture this building real quick. So right here, yeah, this guy made the mistake of having this guy up there as concrete. I think I would just rather prefer to have this facade there as bronze. Or yeah, copper, as to have this copper material on the whole facade of that there. So for this one, I'll be using the bronze. Okay, I think I'm just going to sample this material here. Yeah, I use slate material editor. In case you do not understand how it works, in the way I've explained it in a tiny bit before, I can always go back and explain how it works. It's not difficult at all. So that is the material I use for that day, and the way it's looking, it's lighter. I'm just going to apply this. I'm not doing a bird eye view or a sky render and stuff. So why I don't need to texture the rooftop. I don't need to texture the rooftop with concrete or something. So you can just leave the whole thing right there. Concrete the way it is. I was going to open this. I made them a goof when I was with that. Just going to add that there. And then the last time I talked about using the multi sub object material, this guy right here under the general multi sub object. Now I explained under the scenario where you should use multi sub objects. You use multi sub object in a scenario whereby you have different elements that are all attached to be one mesh. They are probably one under one editable mesh or other one editable poly, but you want to apply different materials to them. Now, because this guy right here, it's instanced, I cannot detach the glass from the mullions. Doing that, if I were to detach the glass right there, the glass on this other ways, on the other floors will disappear. I explained that in depth under that tutorial. So, but then to make use of the multi-sub objects, you need to know what material ID are on each element. So there's no way I can know that like just looking, because this is just the railing material, the railing object. So I'm going to put on the editable poly that and click this. Now when I click this, yeah, this is the material edit I'm talking about. It means now every glass element on this, taking the material edit of 3, it's a double face. So let's see. Okay, both faces are 3. Now you see what changed. Now when I click on the mullion, we have a material edit showing up as 2, and then when I click the top and bottom row, then another material edit showing as 1. Now it means right now we just need three slots. So to show you guys how it works, it's really like so. Let's just do it step by step. I'm going to apply the multi sub object to the railing. Hey Kevin, good evening. Kevin is a fellow CG artist. He makes music videos, yeah, animation music videos for clients, and it's pretty good. Anyone who knows me or who is on my WhatsApp group who will, in a way or another, will have seen me show his work or mention his name. Thanks a lot, Calvin. Okay, so let's get back to this. So we have the set ID for the glasses as 3. It means if we put in a glass material under the third slot here, every material or every element with the set ID, we take up the material. Let me just do that. Okay, I don't need to pick glass from the material editor. I already have a glass materials with an increased fresnel. Because when I tried using the normal glass, the whole building was just see-through and stuff. I don't need it to have okay, yeah. Let's let it have it. It's going to look interesting. I can duplicate this, or I could use it directly. I like to duplicate it. To duplicate or to move to duplicate objects in the material editor, you just need to click that and then hold down the shift and drag. You hold down shift, click, then drag the object you are trying to make a copy for, like that. So once I plug this in the third slot, and so we are beginning to, you won't really see it now because the whole this guy is just showing up as black. Let's see, maybe we can get the color shown. Okay, cool. So you guys can see what I mean. Now look at this. Once I plug this in, the glass material is going to be applied to any object in the scene with material ID 3. Then for the mullions, we are going to be using plus black metal. I think I already have one the scene. Yeah, cool. Right. Just going to add this. Yep. So like that, we have that textured and ready to go. Since we have that, we don't need to start pressing our PC to say, okay, exclude this, texture this or that. I find it to be, I don't know, maybe if I don't know if it adds to render time or if it affects the render in some kind of way. It's just convenient to just have it instead of having to check names, exclude. So now just going to go here and switch off material override. I don't need it anymore. But before I proceed, because I have some models in my scene that I have not worked on. For example, this light. Let's see what material are on them. Okay, cool. Now the street light. The street light, when I bought in the model, it has this light material here. And this is this thing I do not need. I don't need it showing, I don't need it to be lit or to light up. So I'm just going to sample it and apply, instead of having the light there, I want it to just be a normal a normal how do I call it, a normal feature or something. Just bear with me, I was lost forward. So it has very light material applied to it. It's a very model. Okay. And right now Corona does not support very light material. Corona only supports very material, does not support very blend material, very light material, or any other of those. So we want to select change material type. Just going to change that to Corona material. Now I could leave this. It's not like it's going to show in our render. I believe it's probably better to just leave it that way. Then I could select this object. Instead of selecting the object, let me just go and convert everything in the OC to Corona material, so that it cannot be compatible with Corona render. I want to convert materials of models I've brought in into the scene. You can see it's giving me some warning that okay, some objects might not look as good or whatnot. So I'm going to click OK whenever it brings up this Autodesk materials released in this scene and have been converted. It's strongly recommended to check all those materials before entering. So I don't know about that. So while that loads, let's just continue this animation. I don't think I've seen this. Now this is what I was talking about. Oh no. Okay, maybe Lumion might give you these, but would you say you've seen many Lumion animations looking this good? Just crazy, like what you can do with 3ds Max and stuff. Of course, I'm not surprised though. They use them in movie productions. So if it can't get out movie quality. Oh my. Even the water animation there. Honestly, people who make animations with this stuff, they're trying. Either you have crazy laptops, not even one at this point. Laptop, computers, desktops. Either you have that or you spend a lot of money for render farm. That way it's not cheap. Good work does not come cheap at all. Okay. We are good to go on this guy. Let's just give it a minute again. Let's help out. We watch more animation. This is looking like Lumion. Wrong though. And yes, please don't get me wrong, guys. This software is in a way dependent on the user as well. Like I said, I've seen good Lumion vendors. I have. I'm not saying Lumion is bad. I'm just saying for me it's not that it's not exactly it for me. So right, we have this error showing up. Okay. We have this guy still converting the whole thing. So, and I'm going to watch my animations. Animation fix map. I'll see again. Yeah, this guy is good too. Again, Anime Studio. It's taking forever. Look at that. Breeze, simulation, textures. It's just so different. And in a way, that's why I'm looking at ray tracing animation on Unreal Engine. Yeah, I don't have the hardware for it right now, but if I'm going to start doing animations, that's what I want to go for. Because in a way, it's like it's the best of both worlds. It's fast and it looks good. Okay, by now I expect this guy to be done. Ah, thank God. Let's sample the material for that. I think it has this brown. I don't want it brown. I want gray. And gray. Then we definitely are missing maps. And just delete us. We're not working, we're not doing anything right now. Then either we have that. What I deleted those. Oh, we found it anyway in that scene. So let's see how our shops look. Let's give that some few minutes to render. Taking a long while. Forever. Okay, that's enough. I think I would like to talk about what we'll be doing later on this channel. I want to believe most of you will agree with me that lighting right now is what you would like us to work on most. Lighting, it's a delicate subject. It's not easy to do, and of course, I'm still working on it. So on the next project I'll be working on, it's a personal project. Yeah. Okay, I think let me go to my folders. Let's see which one I would like to get started on. Okay, I've been working on these. I won't be going into how I started making all these ones and stuff. But I have interiors planned for this thing. So either I use this project and try to do the interiors for this. Or I just do that in my other spare time and start this project. I start this project as personal project. This lighting looks interesting to me. I want to see if I'll be able to replicate this. What's the name of the hotel again? Four Seasons Resort in Bali. I was watching a YouTube video and I just saw this and it's just caught my attention. The lighting is unique. It's sweet. Kind of way. I like it. So I don't know if anyone watches this video and would like to know or would like to give his input. Please do. Let me know which one you want me to start working on. I'm excited to start. There was a tour I watched that discussed or talked about how to get these ripples, like have an object on the bottom and have ripples emanating from that. I'm excited to try it out. Yeah, and this twist will actually give me a lot of issues. Well, I think my computer will be able to handle it. So either this or um this guy right here. I want to create something like this. Yeah, this, like the main challenge for this one will probably be the foams for the edge of the sea itself, and the stone. Where the stone is arranged, as you can see, we have very wet stones, then stones that are a little bit wet, then dry ones. Right now I don't know how to go about it, but it will be fun to find out. So I'm collecting references for it. That's the stage I'm in right now. So that's another one, the Nosa Drabish, or this outdoor scene. I like this outdoor scene. It's just cozy. It's a nice background here. It's a nice backyard to have. So, um, shrubs, trees all around. Or I was thinking of repeating this as well. So please just let me know which one you would like me to work on. Yeah, then I kind of have, when I wanted to start the whole live stream stuff. Then I had this that maybe I'll still work on it. Maybe. So let's see. Okay. This is how our shop is looking right now. It is. This is so different from what we have. It means in a way we need to let more sun that area. And one other thing, I don't know if you notice it, our shops are floating. We have floating shops, people. So let's solve that. For us to have floating shops, it means, yeah, either this flame we are using to scatter this thing, it's not sitting on the plane. Just going to oops. Come on. I think that's close enough. I'm putting this line right now. Need to move this line down. Okay, I think that area is cool. Now, the reason why we are not getting I could remember the reason why we are not getting enough light is in that area because of because of these guys right here, the diffusers, the ones who are using to create these shadows. The ones who are using to create these shadows right here. So just going to move them down from this. Move guys down. Not going to ruin the render. So of course, let's just we can cheat a bit. Get what we want. Just put the region render and then we can get faster feedback. Yeah, yes, there's a new website I found, guys. The website is a blog by, I would say, two master hack visualizers. Hack visualizers. Um, Bartosz Domishek and Otto Tamula. And the name of the website is The Common Point. Common Point. Now, if you are conversant with the Hackvis world, you know these two guys. They are one of the best. They are probably one of the best out there. They are one of the best out there. These guys, they are just so good at what they do, and these are their works. So they have this blog whereby they share in a way how they make some of the images they do. And I think I've read some of them. I've read this for night transition in no time. What makes a perfect 3D? What to study next? Articles roadmap. HDR lighting made easy. Yeah. So I think I read this. This is where they talked about what to look out for when making a night render. The kind of lights to use, temperatures that you will likely find in night renders. This is one of their works. They really went in deep into everything. During the daytime, exposure levels. You can see daytime, nighttime, daytime, nighttime. Colors of the night, and how what do I put it? Step by step, how they were able to light this thing. They used HDRI. Now, as you can see, this is just the environment alone, and they started adding additional lighting. They increased the HDRI exposure just to get some more visual. They increased the exposure, then added a bit more light somewhere there. Now, the way they structure this stuff, when you click and swipe, this view changes. Now, when this view changes, you will see where the light is. You see where the light is for this scenario. You see where it is for what you are seeing. So right now they are saying they use the small lights, these ones, for these areas. Now for the rear of the building around there, they put in light spheres on the back area there. Uniform light spheres. That's what they used around that area. Then what else? I think they use the first nail for the glass. As you are there, as you can see, even though there's a glass there, there's a glass material attached to it. They were not getting any reflection, so they probably had to increase the first nail of the glass, just like we did, to be able to get more reflection from the environment. Can you guys see? So, then the lighting for the environment as well. They did all that as well. So just check it out. The Common Point. That's the name of the blog. Okay. So this is what we have Yeah, even though it's down, I think we still need to move this guy down a bit. Because in a way, this seems like how our shrubs are still floating. Yep, definitely floating. Just going to not moving. Either it's moving or the feedback because I'm rendering taking so long. Now what is happening? Okay, walking above, well, once it goes below that. Oh, okay, I think I get it. Yeah, if that's the case, let's work around that. I understand the reason why he's doing that right now. Let's work around that. Let's let this guy. Then go to the transform. Now, under the translation, I think we can decrease this Z value. Move down a bit more. Okay, now I went overboard with it. What the hell? Good. I was just joking. 5 5. Then with that, I think our shops are good to go. Let's see the way they look. Yeah, we have these guys from us, so let's just move them down a bit more. Get this. Down. I will move this. Let's not be in our camera. Okay. Guys, this what we're having. Okay. Let's and for the shops we are done. Let's do the trees. Now for the trees, I could remember I didn't um like these guys much. Yeah, this is very dark trees. I didn't really like them. So let me just go to the library and hey Falashari Tosin. Thanks for coming on the live stream. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. I'm going to go to my forest park library again. Okay. Yep. These were the guys I used. I brought in this guy as well. Yep. So I'm going to drop that in. Just wait for it to, load and stuff. It's going to bring up some options, blah blah blah. Just keep clicking open. Man, just do it for God's sake. Wait for that to be responsive. Cool. Yeah, now we have this very top tree there. Yeah. Let's see. He's a tall guy. But that's the guy there. Let's check the transform. Okay, we already have the transforms checked. Let's see how these guys look as well. Yeah, this is just what I was talking about. We have case of missing textures. Let's stop this and try to get it sorted out. I'm not sure which library this is. 20 p.m. About 11. It's under where? Okay. That's 211. I'm just going to go to my library here. To 11 apps. Select that part. That and the link. So now if we render again, we should not have that error pop up. Yeah. Let's get back to these guys. No, this is something one thing you have to know. You may have to use two or 3 more lights to get the effect we are looking for. This is what I mean. They have line rectangular lights around the perimeter. Now, using that alone was not enough for them. So they reduced the effect of that line light and they added floor spotlights. Yeah. They tried that one. Then they tried sconce as well. Probably they are trying to look what looks better between the floor spotlight and the sconce. You just have to play with lighting scenarios to know what works best. Then I think at the end they went with the sconce. They went with the sconce. Then globular lights. They tried different scenarios as well. Used light spheres. Yes, areas. Probably didn't look too good. They tried this kind of lights as well. It didn't look too good as well. Then they tried directional lights. You find the way they place the lights on the right side here. Then they decided on that one, regular light, because this one was looking too regular. I mean, the lights were shining from intervals, and it was looking too regular. So they tried regular lights. Just place them anyhow. So, and then fisher lights for the pool. Then they added fisher lights for the trees to light up. Yes. I think at the end they showed the ones they went for. Now this is the lights progression. So HDR lighting first. HDR lighting, we light it. The interior lighting. This is the uniform lighting on that wall. They didn't use the sconce. This is uniform lighting. Then the irregular lighting. So, and those were the decisions they made. And just like that, that's the end product. Just have to try different lighting scenarios to know what really works. Okay, we are here, and this is how it's looking right now. So I think what I want to do in the way is make this the plants for these trees, make them lighter. We're going to go open up the material editor. I still remember the name for that tree. That geometry is Dalinga. There's material for it. Just click and drag it. So I want the leaves of those trees to be brighter. So let's check out. Yeah, this one I'm only going to be tweaking the ones with the leaf materials on them. So we have this guy here. Let me add output node. Yeah, put it in the middle. I want to brighten up that those leaves. Let's brighten up those leaves. So, like this. Not only this tree is not made up. It's not modeled with just only one leaf in use. As you can see, we are getting some brightness from that. So that output node, I'm going to copy it to every other node I'm seeing that has a leaf pattern. Yeah, so shift, I said hold shift, drag down. I hope you guys can see the difference in the way, like this is the render region we're working on, and this is the one that, because the render region is not on this, so we can still see how it was before the adjustments. See, it's dark, but we have this one here looking okay already, if I do say so myself. So we have another one here. I do not want them to have the same brightness. So for this one, let's pick some tweak. Okay, now I don't understand why that is happening. Just I don't know why it's blown out of proportion. So let me delete it. And instead, in a new map, then right click. Okay, why are you taking long? I mean, okay, it's pressing something. Let's get back to the blog. And if you want to learn about HDRI, well, especially using Corona Vendor, he talked about contrast here. Then HDRI lighting made easy. They really touched on this point a lot. On this point, they talked about how HDRI works. If you want to increase the brightness, if you want to decrease the brightness, you want to make it, you want to change the temperature, all that. And look at this, they even made tests from a 0.8 to 1.4 exposure 0, from a 0.8 exposure -8 to 0.5. So all these parameters just work together to give you what you want. Model is still loading. Yep. Now, even after using the HDRI, they fix the backplate by having another image in the background. Now, by this, they are trying to show when you rotate the HDRIs all have the HDRI is the high dynamic range image taken of a particular place. So when they took the picture, it's a spherical image of a particular place. The sun is going to be shining from one area, you have a dark area. So now with this, they are trying to show the rotation of the HDRI. This HDRI definitely has a sun in it. So you see that the shadows, the lighting is centering the interior by rotating this HDRI, and you can see, yeah, like that. So you just have to experiment, guys. Lighting test. Okay, cool. There you go. Okay. Let's just think. I need it. I think in the way I'm fine with that looks. So let's check out the other guys here. Did anything change? One other thing, I think I would like to adjust the camera angle. Let's adjust the camera angle. I want the camera to be nearer to the ground. Do we have it here? I have it here. Adjust the camera angle, have it down a bit, and budget to look up more. Yeah, let me stop this guy. Try that out. Like the camera. Maybe this gives you a more natural view. That way. So let's see how this looks with our shrubs. Grasses. Okay, for the grasses, you need to spread more grass around, cover for this area. Increase the brush size. Okay. This and that website I really like you guys to check out. Those are the two websites. Then there's another one I've discovered that I would like to share. Okay. think there's another one. Renderizer or renderize dot net. This is a CG community as well, whereby you can post your works, get inspired by other people's work as well. You'll be amazed at what people do with 3D softwares. Especially like the lighting of this. This vivid, it has this happy vibe, this wood sweep vibe. Just everything is just, I don't know. This blue and the sky, the green tone, the green, the yellow tones. Just has this very nice outlook to it. Let's see how render it's going. Okay, let me I think let me not go into the same way, the same step I've been doing since hiding the shops. I mean, for this guys here, the same way I've been adding models to the shops and the trees is the same way I worked on these other guys. The all these little shrubs, they are taller than the normal grass. Same way I did those other ones. The same way I worked on these guys. So let me just let me not take too much time and just get to the motion blur part of the project. Because yeah, it's it's a really exciting feature, and if you're able to nail it, you just enjoy. I think when I first knew about it, I was looking for things I always put motion blur on projects. So let's see. Cool. That. Okay, so the way motion blur works is that I don't have anything rendering. But first things first, let's test out the vehicle. You guys can see it well. I want to use the red color paint. Let's use this guy. Trust me, guy is fed already. Just the shader. Okay. Have this, guys. Apply this too. Okay. And let's one other thing. Not that it's so important. Let's have plate glass there. That probably could see what's in the interior. Let's close the model. Let's get to it. How to do a motion blur. I want the car to be right where it is, right here, but still have motion blur. So to start with, let me move this vehicle. Yeah. The way motion blur works is or to set up motion blur, first things was is to add some motion to what you want to have motion blur on. I want this vehicle to have the motion blur when we render. So what we have to do is to animate this vehicle as though it moves. So I'm just going to come here, click set key. Once you click set key, this timeline here will become red. Then you add a key on that frame you are. I don't know why it's taking so long. Now I don't know if you're seeing that well. We have the key going on that frame right there. So now the next thing you want to do is probably to move this to 10 seconds. There's no definite time to it, you just have to do, and then in that 10 seconds I want the vehicle to be here, right, and set under key. Now I can switch this off. Now if I move this timeline, that vehicle should be moving. Okay, so the vehicle right now is in the middle, the way I want it to be. So after doing that, after adding motion to what you want to have motion blur on, you select the not coming out yet. You select, so not you. Select the camera. And select motion blur and check this. Check both. Now once you check both, what you will need, the parameter you will need to adjust. If you need to adjust for how much of motion blur you need is the shutter speed. Now let's start with the default, which is 50. Let's make this bigger. Just wait for that to load up. Look at this people. Simple and sweet. I love images that look simple but sweet. Okay, let's see. What do you have for us? Load up, load up, load up, load up, load up. Okay, that's the red vehicle. You can see we have the motion blur on it right now. If I were to increase this to let's see 100, you should have more blur on that vehicle right there. Yeah, I think I'm right. So when you increase the higher the number of the shutter speed there, the the blurrier the object gets. So I really don't know if I saw a difference, but to know for sure, you can still see parts of the vehicle. So let's see what happens at 250. This is pretty old. Slagging. Okay, I think they had the number. Yeah, I know for sure now. They had the number, the smaller or the sharper the object gets. Let me use that way. So let's try 90. Just give that time to load. Okay, 90 works for me. So here it is, guys. Let's make a render of all this together and we can call it a day. Yeah, we can just use that to check our progress. Still on images. Images. It's astonishing how someone could sit and model this or make a 2D scan of food. Honestly, kudos to these guys. In the woods. I want to say some math paintings happened in this project. This tree is so detailed. I want to believe he math painted many of this scene. Okay, and this is what we have now. On the next live stream, I'll make sure to have the mullions popular all around the building, like I have on the final render. I'll be sure to have that. Then on that live stream, I'll show the post-production process, how I came about how I came about how I came about this. How I came about this. Let me show you the final render I did for the original. Yeah, I find it hard to find. So this not the final render. Oh, okay. The final render is an exe file. You won't be able to view it. Instead of using the Windows Auto stuff, but then I could show the PSD layers. So this is what we have, guys. I mean, even without the post processing yet, I can see, to me it's looking good already. So with some minimal post processing, we can get it to look good as we want to. Let me just save this and close to VDS Max so that I can show you guys the PSD file. Because 3ds Max is a heavy software. Photoshop is a heavy software. It would be nice to have of this working side by side, process of rendering on one. And nice projects. The first pack job on this, and that is crazy. How it's able to layer them, put them together, like put chaos together in the way that makes sense. I can see that. This is chaos, alright. It's not a trimmed middle, it's not a trimmed long. It's chaos in this backyard, but it still looks good. Okay, that's it done saving, so you can open up Okay, so this is the PSD file. I'll show you guys the steps. So let me just delete this guy. I tried this there was this guy I tried at first. It wasn't really looking great the way I thought it would. So here's this guy. When I bought in this render, this is the raw render. Sorry, that was a mistake. Let me just get this other option off. Yeah, here's the raw render. Don't have any other layer on. So here's the raw render, right? And then I added this guy. As you can see, it's looking too blue all over. So I desaturated some parts of the guy, brightening some, then added over brightening, then desaturated it again. Then right here I have a city image. Okay, for the background. Reduce the brightness on that too, and I added some z depth just to show a bit of fog. I'll show everything next week, how I added them, how to add them to your render elements, how to set them up. And I put in very subtle. Very subtle. Okay, what does this do? Okay. You will really I think I use this for a bit of contrast. Yeah, I don't know if you are seeing it around this area. I added a bit of contrast, selective color. I think I use selective color for greens, big greens. Okay, I just use selective color just to give some little bit of darkness, some areas there. Okay. Why am I not? Why is it not zooming? All these stuffs are very subtle. You won't really see them too much. Just to add of contrast and levels. And I added I call this ingredient and it's a gray overlay layer, because gray is a natural color when it comes to 3Ds and stuff. So if you have, and put back to normal, if you create a new layer and add 50% gray on it, and you put that 50% gray to overlay mode, you are just going to have what you had. Like there's not going to be any change in your project. Okay. Did I demonstrate it now? I think I'll just put that for next week. So what I'm using this layer to do is to darken some areas selectively. Using the brush to, I'm able to darken some areas selectively and brighten some. As you can see, I darkened some areas here and some of these areas here. You can see, yeah, like that. Even some of the building there. It's a non-destructive way of instead of using the dodge and burn tools, there are some tools we call dodge and burn. You can use it to darken some areas and use it to brighten some areas. Well, many of the photographers use it whenever they don't touch up the models they shot. Or they want to make some part darker, want to accentuate some areas. They use the dodge and burn tools. But then when you use the dodge and burn tool, it's a destructive way of working because you might burn somewhere too much, and to get back to get back to the way it was before, you won't be able to do that. And the reason being that Photoshop has a limited number of undo, like there are limited steps to undo, so you won't get it back. But then if you are able to work with this, you can always clean it up, you can always brighten places you've darkened before. It's just perfect. After that, I think I took the project camera raw filter, made some adjustment to it. Then this one is vignette. I added some more vignettes to the corners. Okay, like that. Then I desaturated it a little bit. It was looking too saturated to me then. Then sharpen layer. I used all I just did was merge the layers below it, and then smart sharpen. Once you go to smart sharpen, I usually use the default value of 21, so I sharpen that and slap my logo on it, and that's it. So thanks for being with me on this stream, guys, and thanks for your time. Thanks for taking time out to listen to what I have to say. I really hope you guys watch this video, learn something from it, and if possible, let me know feedbacks. I would love to have feedbacks from you on probably what you think I should have done better, or if maybe there's a part that's not clear to you and you need me to explain it, you can always reach out to me as well. I have my Discord link description. I have my website. You can get to me to my website, to the contact page. My Behance is there as well. So reach out, guys. Thank you. Bye.